Good morning, St. Francis. It is Thursday, May the 27th, 2021, Thursday of the 8th week of the year. Coming to you on this sweltering morning that is going to become an even more sweltering day in Carolina from actually the county access road to our campus over here at St. Francis of Assisi. The access is right behind me off of Leesville Road in case there was ever an emergency that we had to have some kind of large trucks or whatever it is come here. And there's this wonderful little field that is over here that's kind of not really used for much of anything except to be the access road. We could put up a tent here, have a party, it seems. But over here on this side is our St. Francis Victory Garden and the log cabin. Over here is the approach to behind this bank of trees, is the approach to the fields over here. And right behind me where the great magnolia is, there's a class that was just having science class outside, sixth grade science class, I think, now going back to the classroom after doing some experiments by the wetlands. So it's an interesting little area over here that I don't know if anybody ever really walks on or walks over to, but it's kind of nice to look at. Anyway, today on this Thursday of the 8th week of the year of Ordinary Time, after we have sent our 8th grade off into the great beyond with graduation yesterday, very spectacular event, we hear again from the book of Sirach, this great wonderful poetry that is the book of Sirach in the Old Testament, in which it speaks again of God's wonders, of the wonderful things that God can do, that no one can ever count or truly imagine or realize because they are so incredible, so extravagant, so overwhelming at times. The important thing in this passage from Sirach, though, is that God makes everything and makes nothing in vain. That is important to consider, to think about, to reflect upon, particularly in this world in which we live today, in which, again, so many people either want to write people out, to write people off, to cancel them, whatever you want to call it, that in this world in which nothing is made in vain, how are we supposed to appreciate that? How are we supposed to embrace everything that is in a way that does not show that it is made in vain, but that it has a purpose and something to be able to teach us, to tell us, to enable us to grow and to become the people that God has created us to be. That is an important lesson, particularly in descending from the heights of Easter, as we again are continuing to do all this week, in considering those great things that God has done in raising Jesus from the dead. What does it mean for human life to understand itself in a different way? What does it mean for human life to understand creation in a different way, with the redeeming work of the resurrection and the renewal of all things because of God's mighty work in raising Jesus from the dead? In that light, again, we move to the gospel, again, continuing in Mark. This morning we have the man named Bartimaeus, a blind man, who badgers the Lord again and again and again. Son of David, have pity on me. Son of David, have pity on me. Son of David, have pity on me, because he wants his blindness cured. And the people tried to rebuke him. We're bothering the master, stop screaming out, you're embarrassing, you're annoying, whatever. And he won't stop. And because of that persistence, Jesus heals him. Jesus takes away the blindness, allows the man to be able to see. Again, what that shows us is the fact that God wants to work in our lives. And despite everyone else who might tell us, that we should be quiet or silent, or that we haven't done the right thing, or that this is what's wrong about us, or that, we have no chance, or we shouldn't even try to do X, Y, and Z, whatever it is all wrong. It's all wrong. Because sometimes it is in badgering the Lord that our voice is finally heard, our needs are finally met. Sometimes it is, again, reminding Jesus, reminding God that we need this help because we believe that God can do something about it, because we believe that Christ can do something about it. Again, raising Jesus from the dead, this mighty work that basically reverses, the path of human life that we think moves from birth into nothingness at death, has to remind us and show us and reveal to us again and again that nothing is impossible for God. And so all the needs that we have, all the needs that need to be met in our lives can be met by the wonder and the glory of God's love and care for us, if we but be persistent in remembering what God can do for us. May the Lord give you peace.